Welcome to our YouTube channel BD Nursing for You. Online Nursing Classes BD. Subject Anatomy and Physiology. Topic Muscle Tissue. Lecture 4. For first year student, Diploma in Nursing Science and Midwifery, Diploma in Midwifery and BSc in Nursing course. Learning objectives. Upon completion of this online class, student will be able to understand the concept of muscle tissue, list the properties of muscle tissue, types of muscle tissue, describe the function of muscle tissue, explain the comparative characteristics of different types of muscle. What is muscle tissue? Muscular tissue is a specialized tissue in animals which applies forces to different parts of the body by contraction. The muscle tissue is comprised of the muscle cells, also called myocyte. Definition: muscle tissue composed of bundles of elongated cells capable of contraction and relaxation to produce movement in an organ or part. Reference: Collins English Dictionary. Properties of muscular tissue. Contractibility. It is the ability of muscle cells to shorten forcefully. Extensibility. A muscle cell has the ability to be stressed. Elasticity. The muscles have the ability to recoil back to its original length after being stressed. Excitability. The muscle tissue responds to a stimulus delivered from a motor neuron or hormone, fed by capillaries. Types of muscle tissue. There are three basic types of muscle tissue on the basis of morphologic and functional characteristics. 1. Skeletal muscle tissue, 2. Cardiac muscle tissue, and 3. Smooth muscle tissue. There are three figures of tissue: 1. Cardiac muscle, 2. Skeletal muscle, 3. Smooth muscle tissue. Skeletal muscle tissue, or striated or voluntary muscles, is attached to bones and moves part of the skeletal. It is striated, that is, striations or alternating light and dark protein bands are visible under a microscope because skeletal muscle can be made to contract and relax by conscious control. It is a voluntary. Cardiac muscle tissue, striated but voluntary muscles found only in the heart from the bulk of the heart wall. The heart pumps blood through blood vessels to all parts of the body. Like skeletal muscle tissue, cardiac muscle tissue is the striated. However, unlike skeletal muscle tissue, it is involuntary. Its contractions are not under conscious control. Smooth muscle tissue, non-striated and involuntary muscles, is located in the walls of the hollow internal structures such as blood vessel, airways, the stomach, and the intestine. It participates in the internal process such as digestion and the regulation of the blood pressure. Smooth muscle is non-striated, lacks of striation, and involuntary, not under conscious control. Contraction of muscular tissue. Through sustained contraction or alternating contraction and relaxation, muscular tissue has four key functions: producing body movement, stabilizing body position, storing and moving substance within the body, and producing heat. 1. Producing body movement. Body movements such as walking, running, writing, or nodding the head rely on the integrated functioning of skeletal muscle, bones, and joint. 2. Stabilizing body position. Skeletal muscle contraction stabilize joint and help maintain body position such as standing or sitting. Postural muscles contract continuously when a person is walk. For example, sustained contraction of your neck muscle hold your head upright. 3. Sorting and moving substance within the body. Storage is accomplished by sustained contraction of right leg bands of smooth muscle called sphincter, which prevent outflow of the contents of a hollow organ. Temporary storage of food in the stomach or urine in the urinary bladder is possible because smooth muscle sphincter close off the outlets of this organ. Cardiac muscle contractions of the heart pump blood through the blood vessel of the body. Contraction and relaxation of the smooth muscle in the walls of blood vessel help adjust blood vessel diameter and thus regulate blood flow. Smooth muscle contraction also move food and other substances through the gastrointestinal tract, push gametes, sperm and oocyte through the reproductive system, and propel urine through the urinary system. Skeletal muscle contraction aid the return of the blood in veins to the heart. 4. Producing heat. As muscular tissue contracts, it produces heat. Much of the heat released by muscle is used to maintain normal body temperature. Involuntary contraction of skeletal muscle, known as shivering, can help warm the body by greatly increasing the rate of the heat production. Comparative characteristics of different types of muscle. Serial number characteristics: skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, smooth muscle. Location: skeletal muscle attached on the bones, skeletal. Cardiac muscle found only in the heart. Smooth muscle found in the wall of the blood vessel and in the walls of organ of the digestive, respiratory, urinary and reproductive tract. Function: skeletal muscle movement of the body and also prevent of the movement of the body. Cardiac muscle pumping of blood. Smooth muscle control the blood vessel diameter and movement of the contents in hollow organ. Anatomical description: skeletal muscle very large, cylindrical, multi-nucleated cell arranged in parallel bundle. Cardiac muscle short cell with blunt branched end cell joined to other by intercalated dish and gap junction. Smooth muscle small spleen shaped cell joined to each other by gap junction. Image: skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, smooth muscle. Control: skeletal muscle voluntary, cardiac muscle involuntary, smooth muscle involuntary. Speed of contraction: skeletal muscle very fast, cardiac muscle moderate, smooth muscle, slow. Characteristics: cell nuclei. Skeletal muscle, many nuclei. Cardiac muscle, one nucleus. Smooth muscle, one nucleus. This figure indicate bone, tendon, fascia covering muscle, epimysium, perimysium, endomysium. Vesicle, action of motor neuron, blood vessel, muscle fiber, sarcolemma, nucleus, sarcoplasmic reticulum, myofibril, filaments. Another figure indicates blood vessel, perimysium, epimysium, muscle fiber cell, vesicle wrapped by perimysium, endomysium between fiber, tendon and bone. Quiz or homework: draw the diagram, then label. Skeletal muscle tissue.